to go and dig those holes.
Slow, bro.
D10.
Oh, that's what we're doing. We're singing.
Y'all know nothing about that.
Watch me. Watch me. Come on, Ed. Come on, Ed. Prove yourself.
Dig it on, dig it. Dig it on, dig it on, dig it. Dig it on.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Plunge. Today's a day. Welcome back to the #1 Idaho podcast. Your fourth favorite host on the East Coast and the best hockey podcast south of the border. Joining me as always is Riley T. Say what's up, dude.
What's up?
And special guest. I don't actually know the name of your podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the Goodt Brothers Podcast on Podbean, GOODT. It's a wrestling and sports podcast.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Plug your shit.
I will.
This is
I will.
Christian.
What do you think I'm here?
One of the
Love you guys.
hosts from the Goodt podcast.
Goodt Brothers, but yeah.
The Good Brothers.
Yeah, I'm the talent.
You're half the talent because only half you be black.
I'm all the talent.
I'm all the black.
I'm black when I need to be and white when you want me, baby.
And yeah, with that,
And you're the host.
I'm
The Hunt.
GB, the Hunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Hunt don't do anal.
Nope.
2019, the year not doing anal.
And this is the Plunge. Let's dive in. Splash.
I do cannonballs because I can't dive head
When
first.
you do cannonballs, do you get like a jet stream of water that shoots up your ass? Because I can only imagine.
Do you
like-
empty pools?
No, I'm more of a get in the pool, get as close to the jet in the side, and just kind of
and you fill yourself up that way?
just kind of clean house, if you know what I'm saying.
You
So
clean up the whole street.
Let's set the table here. You're a large black man.
Half black.
He's a thick with like 3 C's.
Now, what what part is your thick from?
He's 1/16 Cherokee.
Bitch, I might be. Yeah, my mother is black and my father is white, but it's kind of funny because my father's the one that left when I was younger, so
So you're a stereotypical.
You're just
I'm reverse stereotypical. It's all fucked up.
You're just like Dave. Dave's dad left, and now we
Dave's
have.
dad didn't leave. He just moved to Maine.
Ah,
That's even worse than what my dad did.
so he left like an hour away.
Yeah, he's gone a little bit. This episode of The Plunge is brought to you by Adam and Eve. Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom, even better. Even better. Today is the last day of Pride Month, so this is the last day of our Ava and Eve, Adam and Steve promo deal.
Pre-recorded episode, by the way.
Every episode we record on Sunday.
They
but that's
don't know that.
Yeah, this episode is live at the end of Pride Month.
Coming to you live from
select-
Asbury Park.
Yeah, select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff. When you enter offer code PLUNGE at checkout, you get 10 tantalizing free gifts, and you're half off.
That's like a lot of free stuff.
A lot of free stuff. All right.
A lot of free sexual stuff.
Dude, you got it.
You already know.
All right, so you get a sexy item for him,
Sexy item for her,
and a sexy item that the both of you can enjoy together.
like a double-sided dildo.
A DSD.
DSD.
And 6 free spicy movies.
Ooh, how spicy! Like a jalapeno or
Oh
a
no, we're talking like
Carolina ghost
We're
pepper?
We're talking smoking a Carolina Reaper.
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
yeah,
that's
we're
some
we're
intense
smoking
spice.
top.
That shit's
We out
gonna
here
make you
smoking
sweat.
Dicks.
All right, you're gonna be sweating from these movies, sweating and coming. All right,
sweat
Sweating,
constantly.
you're gonna sweat cum. That's how horny these movies are gonna make you.
all right, plus free shipping. So that is offer code PLUNGE PLUNGE at checkout at adamandeve.com. That's plunge at adamandeve.com. Get your fuck on, Hunter. What is the Adam and Eve item of the month? Week.
The month. We'll go month, and it's gonna be a double-sided dildo.
All right, the DSD. Get your DSD on
50%
A&E.
off. Not the TV show or network. Actually, going back to that, not like specifically that, but in the ad read, sweating cum. If I gave you $10,000, would you do it for a year?
Sweat cum.
Yeah.
Do I have to be active? No, but my
you
sweat.
have to live your regular life. Like you're going to ball and you're gonna sweat.
Yeah, I
cum.
play basketball a lot. I feel like that'd be an advantage. Like no one would want to guard me. They
Yeah,
just
but
have my
think
nut
about-
on them.
Dude, you would be like,
It'd be like an X-Men mutant, just sweating sticky all day.
dude, it would be.
The gym would be hilarious.
You would get DNA all over everybody.
Yeah.
You would literally be a walking fucking light bulb.
Yeah, I
for
really got to
blacklight.
rely on no one that goes to my gym or friends I play basketball with to be serial killers.
I couldn't do it. I will literally sit. in
You're a
one
sweaty
spot and
boy.
Sweat. I'm
Yeah.
the sweatmeister.
I'm thinking about those. Like you're just driving home on a hot day. It's like one of those where you
would
sit in your
ruin
car.
upholstery. Yeah,
All your clothes will get ruined.
dude. Every piece of clothing would be a cum sock to you.
The guzzler.
The
No, I wouldn't. I would not. 10,000?
yeah, but it's only a year.
No, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
That's not enough money.
Christian, would you do
Yeah.
For a year, that's not that much.
it? Yeah, I know that's the point. What about 6 months? I still wouldn't do 6 months, but
I might do 6 months, but
That's
for
bold.
It has to be winter.
but think about it. Think
man,
about
I
it.
sweat even in the winter.
You couldn't
I don't
even finger
care.
your girlfriend. You could get her pregnant just by fingering her. You'd have to wear like a full body condom.
You just wear a trash bag at all times.
Saran wrap yourself.
That's interesting.
That's not a bad idea.
It's an
No,
interesting
that's
concept.
a terrible idea.
I might have to think about this one.
All right, we'll come back to you.
Come back to me.
Ah.
All right.
I hate
Thank you
myself.
guys for listening.
The ice den smells like moisture.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
and lavender.
Smells like desiccant.
What's that?
It's the thing that keeps stuff dry in pill bottles.
Oh, yeah. So that's I got a few of those in here. So the ice den flooded again. Luckily, this one was just from rain. The last time it was all the ice melt and rain, so double bad.
Double bad.
But yeah, we flooded again. But we're here. We put the studio back together promptly before recording. I really need to move this room.
You need to not live in the basement.
I do need to not live in a basement. Luckily, all the desiccants that I got are paying off now because basements generally smell like mildew and stuff, and now my basement smells like lavender and fresh linen.
Christian walked in and said, "Why does it smell like cinnamon in here?"
It's an awfully sexy smelling basement, if I have to say so myself.
There's a candle
Each
lit.
room has a different vibe
It
to it.
does.
Like, you
Honestly-
walk into the living room, it's like, oh, like we could eat dinner, and then you come into the studio, it's like, ow, bow, chicka, bow, wow.
You know what it is? I went to Marshall's before, and they didn't have any they didn't have 6 different clean linen things. They had one tropical beach, one milky lavender, one fresh cinnamon. So every room literally smells
I was
different.
gonna say, what is milky lavender? Is that the name that was on the thing?
Uh,
Wait, what scent do you want? Yeah, can you get me 2 milky lavenders?
yeah, exactly.
Might as well.
So Christian, your podcast, the Goodt Brothers.
Good brothers.
Good.
Yeah. I didn't know these guys 2 years ago.
But now you do.
And now we do, and that's some of my closest friends in the world. We have Alex and Justin. Alex
Shout out.
Shout out to Alex and Justin. You're wonderful. Even though Alex, you're super tall.
Yeah, let's not talk about that here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of short in real life, but it's fine.
I'm only 5'2".
Yeah, Hunter's 5'2".
I'm 5'2" sitting down, but yeah, it's it's almost 100% wrestling. We've been kind of branching out recently with football and drafts, and what would you do, what would you like, stuff like that. So, give us a shout out, give us a check out. Come look at us on Podbean. Still going out with what to do. These are 50th episodes coming up pretty damn
Yeah,
soon.
you guys have
Really?
been recording for a while now.
Yeah.
You're trying to put out 2 a week. I
Yeah,
see?
2 a week. One's more of a news one, and then we do the 3 groups, and we kind of just break down what happened in the show. So one's going to be news and sports, and the other one's going to be what happened, kind of breakdowns with pay-per-views. And we're actually going to SmackDown at the Snoo Center in a couple of weeks, which is going to be pretty fun. So
Sick.
That's lit.
Got to do a live podcast.
wouldn't it be the
Should
first
be.
one?
Like,
Be
oh
the
shit,
lead.
Rey Mysterio just fucking
He's
619
back from the
someone.
dead.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
that's Eddie Guerrero you're thinking of. He's
Yeah,
dead.
it's fine. Didn't he smack a bitch up?
No, that's Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
He killed his autistic son and murdered his wife, then hung himself.
Okay,
Yeah.
you were saying.
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore. But no, yeah, just check us out, man. It's really natural. We're really close. We talk all the time. Just come by Podbean and check us out, Goodt Brothers. So I appreciate you guys letting me
Goodt.
GOODT, even though the website just says GOOD still because we are dumb. But we're good at talking the graps. So the Goodt. It's actually after how Booker T says it. He's black, so he pronounces it goodly. So very goodly. But I appreciate the time. You met Alex. Alex.
I have met Alex. We went and watched Avengers together.
We did, and
That was a great time. Tickets were all sold out, and then you were like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket to Avengers on the night it came out. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I
there.
would like to do that.
Yeah.
It's because Kelly, my girlfriend, and Riley's cousin dropped out and never actually wanted to go. So
It worked in my favor.
it worked in all of our favor.
I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah.
It was because she doesn't like crowded anythings, and me and Riley don't give a shit about anything. So we got to see the Avengers, and that was a good time.
I
good
purposely
time.
was trying to ruin the Avengers for who there's. This has nothing to do with why I was trying to ruin it. It's the type of you guys know I'm a terrible person.
Right.
Confirmed.
There's a gay male couple that was sitting next to me, and I just farted the entire movie, like forcing farts out. The kid sitting next to me, one of my best friends, he was getting irritated, but then I kind of clued him into why I was doing it, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm all on board," and he started farting too. So I think we ruined their experience of the Avengers just by filling it with fart air. I could go for some wings.
I love wings. Let's go to Billy's.
Not a bad
I'm
move.
not against it. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah, right.
So speaking of Endgame, by the time this comes out, Spider-Man will come out.
Yes, it's true.
Both. We'll dive into each Spider-Man, but what are you excited for Spider-Man? Far From Home,
I am because
the next installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, I forget. I'm having a brain fart right now, so I totally forget his name. But
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Thank you. He is the best Spider-Man right now.
Oh yeah, there's
no,
no.
He's
There
good,
is
though.
no question.
The original fucking.
Tobey
Oh, you think
Tobey
Tobey Maguire, the guy who was like 40 years old, was playing a high schooler?
The Andy Milonakis of
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's
You
a
never know
hero.
how old he is.
Gentle.
Hero to save us. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, but he got knocked the fuck out in the subway after defeating.
I was just talking to someone about that because that was an iconic scene, and
Hell yeah.
he was there for me as a child.
Yeah.
Me too. He was my favorite superhero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Spider-Man
growing
is
up.
always great. And
'Cause
I'm pretty sure he was the very. No, that's the Fantastic Four. After the Fantastic Four, I think Spider-Man was the first comic.
Yeah, it was like superhero movies weren't big, and then Tobey Maguire came
Tobey
in. He was
Maguire
like,
came
"Yeah."
in Spider-Man. It's like, all right.
And then Topher Grace put a quick end to.
Don't even front like symbiote suit. Tobey Maguire is not the best iteration of Spider-Man.
So,
That dance, he
dude,
had-
so have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
yeah.
Do they
I
make
almost
fun of
cried,
it?
like,
They
3
make
times.
fun
Is
of
it
it.
a really meta
it's,
movie?
It's the first
It's
2 minutes of the movie. They were like, "So I'm Spider-Man. Here's the story." Like blah blah blah. And it goes through the comics. It was like, "I did this. I saved people, and I even did this." And it just cuts to a scene
Yeah,
of
and
the
he's just
animated
doing the-
Spider-Man doing all the dances. He's like, "We try to forget about that."
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse is so damn good.
It's so good.
We should hang out at my house tonight and watch it.
Okay.
Considering you have 67 different versions for how to watch it at this place right now. So
Can you leave me alone?
Yeah.
we
I'm-
also it's also
I
on,
know that this is your first time on the podcast.
It's not.
And him?
yes, he has
No,
been on the
I was-
podcast
I was
before.
in the early days.
I wasn't on that episode.
Maybe not.
No shit.
You probably were, but
Mistake. You take the bullying me in stride.
I will. I will do that. You're like a brother son to me, or a son friend, as they say in.
We could make porn.
semi-pro.
We could make a
Softcore.
Hall of Fame video on Pornhub.
Softcore.
Hardcore.
Soft.
well, you're soft, you're hard, soft hardcore porn.
Yeah. not a bad move.
Yeah.
Not a bad luck.
We're gonna create a genre. Just me and you, babe.
So what are you expecting? Because like this movie, it's the first since Endgame is like it's gonna be a letdown.
No, I
No.
don't think so. I
No.
think it's gonna be like a gateway to the
Yes.
The next.
actual Endgame villain
So-
because it's not Thanos, it's Galactus.
So what? Yeah. So what the rumors are about it is that it's not the beginning of Phase 3. It's
What, a
the
filler?
End, at the end of Phase 2.
Really?
Yes, that's why they're still talking
That's gonna
Tony Stark.
Yeah,
That's-
because he's a big proponent in a lot of the.
that's gonna be
trailers.
terrible for box sets.
So yes,
Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Endgame, Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
but the thing about that with Mysterio coming in and everything,
So
Which one of
Mysterio's
my-
not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy. What's the situation with him?
He's like
I'm
a
not
chaotic
familiar on the
neutral.
comics.
He's like a chaotic neutral.
yes, he's also not from
he's from
came.
a
He
different-
warps in from somewhere else.
He's completely different
Is
area.
he from the future or an alternate reality?
Alternate reality.
That's
I'm
what
almost
okay.
positive. So that means something breaks out.
Yeah.
So that's the best part about this.
And if we learned anything about alternate realities in Into the Spider-Verse, is that you can't stay in a different reality for more than 24
No, you
hours.
start to disappear, get all fuzzy,
Yes.
and be sexy like Spider-Gwen.
Yes.
But,
Oh my God.
yeah, she's a babe.
Don't
babe.
ruin it for me.
No.
Internet babe.
Yes. If she's already climbing the our soon to come
Top
plunge
top
50. Yeah, our plunge 50.
Zendaya is
You
not
could
too bad.
you
either.
could help with that
She's
actually.
hot.
I would love to.
Yeah, because I feel like you would put together a fire top 50 hottest animated cartoons list.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we did way back. It was one of our first plunge picks. It was hottest animated characters. Just hottest animated, and there was just so much. This was the one that really kicked off plunge picks. We're like, we need to do this often because there was so much debate and controversy over it.
See,
That we're now putting together a plunge 50. We're having every member of the team put together their own top 50, and then we're gonna give out like points for each level,
Right.
and then have a
I've been
total.
thinking about that. I think that top 10 should be 5, 11 through 24, and so forth, because I feel like that would be the most balanced.
Yeah.
now are we speaking including Japanese animation?
Yep.
Because
It can
Yes,
be, yeah.
absolutely.
See, that's going to be hard because they're all babes.
They are, but that's where you have to.
I mean,
you have to put together
it can't
your.
be like hentai, even though hentai is art. I'm on board with that.
It is.
But no, like I watch anime too. But
Yeah, so I'm just speaking just Videl, and classic Videl's a freaking babe, and she's beating up Gohan, and then they started making babies and shit. No, that could be an easy / hard.
It's gonna be hard to
We're
rank
gonna
them. Be
get
like, ah,
hard.
shit, Spider Gwen or fucking Lola Bunny, you know?
Dude, Lola Bunny's high up there. but
Exactly. So
Jessica
you gotta
Rabbit.
you gotta be in the furries though. But
if
I
Jessica
think we all
Rabbit
are.
or Officer Hops isn't number 1,
yeah,
She's
I
big.
riot.
Officer Hops is 10 out of 10 slim.
You know
fit.
who's secretly super hot? The mom from The Incredibles.
Oh yeah, no, she
she's-
went first pick. She
Oh,
went first
very
overall
first
in our
pick.
draft.
Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
secret.
Nope, not
Elastigirl.
secret.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, Elastigirl's
Don't you
big.
worry.
She's
She went
big.
number 1 overall
Oh,
in our
good.
draft.
That-
Yep.
I'm so happy with that.
But yeah, so I think we should. I'll put that together tonight. I'll bring my laptop,
yeah.
get our spreadsheets ready to go, send them out. Hopefully by mid-July we'll have that ready to roll. We'll go 10. We're gonna unveil 10 a week. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Good deal.
yep. But yeah, so Into the Spider-Verse. I've watched it 3 times. It's been on Netflix
Don't
for like
say
3 days.
we'll legit
I'm gonna watch it a 4th time now with Hunter.
tonight. Yeah.
Watched it in theaters. It's just so good.
It's so powerful.
Kingpin makes me laugh every time.
He looks like a giant dude, like the tip of a penis.
Yeah.
It's just like into this meat sausage of like a person.
Yeah,
dude.
because
It's
like he's not a chode, but he's chode girth.
Yeah, like he's like
He's
wide,
a chod.
He's wide and thick does the trick because he is very large in this movie.
Yeah.
Thick like a tuna can.
He's
Comically large.
I love it.
intensely misshaped.
But yeah, the animation style, top tier. There's one scene that makes me laugh every
Is it the
time.
burger thing?
Guaranteed. What burger? Oh no,
Where
no,
the guy
no.
like slurps down his fingers or
No,
whatever.
that's also good though.
One of the top, my favorite. I'm not gonna.
You
The
can say
only
your
thing I
favorite
know
scene.
is
So my-
the thing from memes.
Oh, when
So
he's
that's
sitting
the
next to him.
the
Yeah,
extent
my
that
dad
you can
fixing
go.
the car. Yeah, no. One of the favorite ones is when they're stealing the computer.
Yes,
always-
that's my favorite scene
Yeah,
where he's like,
yeah.
all right, good thing we don't need the monitor. And he just throws it. Miles doesn't know how computers work, so they're stealing a computer and he's got the tower in his arm, but he also has the monitor. And they're like running from like Doc Ock. And Spider-Man catches up to him and he's like, all right, good thing, don't need this. And he just chucks the monitor.
I think he also has the keyboard as well.
Yeah, he's got like the whole thing. Like they need all of it.
Probably just
That's,
needs, like, a
that's
chip.
incredible.
Yeah. It's just such a subtle, funny joke.
it's so lighthearted but also powerful from the get go. Like, text me when you guys watch it and let me know his reaction to what happens in the get go,
Oh.
and he'll be like, "What the." It's wild.
The soundtrack is
It's
up there
Yeah.
with Black Panther's
So
soundtrack
I never
of just
saw
really
the
good.
I never saw Into the Spider-Verse, but I listen to that soundtrack all the time.
So
because
now
it's
you're gonna
on
listen to it
Spotify.
and just be like, bam, like it's gonna hit even better for you now.
Dude, Afraid of the Dark, one of my favorite songs now.
Yep.
I actually forgot how great the soundtrack was, and now I'm adding it to my playlist today.
Yeah. But yeah, that's good. I'm a little nervous for Spider-Man 2 though, but I think
I'm not.
I'm not worried it won't be a good movie. I'm worried the
it won't live up to
it
how
has so many.
Endgame did,
Well, no movie will.
or
Like
Infinity- yeah.
that's the problem.
No.
Is in it. I think Endgame brought in a lot of new fans, and now they go back. Okay, I'm part of this now. This is I'm in it. I'm with it. I'm a superhero person, and then they're
Well-
like, oh, this is
Well,
not as
The thing
exciting.
is, like, you never read the comics, right? Like, I think we've talked about this before. You never read the comics.
not in depth, but I'm deep knowledge of the
Cartoons.
movie. Yeah,
That's
the
you
one
movie.
of
grew
the-
up with
but-
cartoons too.
But
so
that's
Yeah.
one of the
fine.
things where people are like, what's left for them to do?
Yeah.
The people who read the comics and the whole phase 2 was Secret Wars. Is
Yep.
basically what it was a movie adaptation of Secret Wars.
Okay.
What comes after Secret Wars
Galactus.
is Galactus.
Is Doctor Doom coming? Because he's part of a different.
Doctor Doom might
Dr.
be
Doom-
because they have the rights.
Yeah,
to
so
Fantastic
that's
Four
gonna
now.
Right.
that's gonna throw
But
it all off though of the comics too.
I think Fantastic Four has
No,
to
well,
come up.
Well, it'll throw it off to an extent because they're gonna add new stuff because
well,
they
they'll
have
have-
more.
yeah, they'll
they have
have
more
to-
ammo.
A
Yeah.
large misconception about Spider-Man is that people think that, okay, so after whatever just happened, and then now it's Venom and then Carnage.
Well, Venom, they're not part of
Carnage
it yet.
is-
They're
Well,
not.
that's what I'm saying,
They're
that
not at
people-
all part of the MCU.
Right, no, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but people think that's it.
That's a total like just standalone to Spider-Man, and he's not
Right.
even like the main villain.
Right.
Like you said, Carnage is like the endgame villain for Spider-Man.
Right.
But also Venom and Carnage and them, they're where Spider-Man is Sony owned in works with the MCU. Venom's not. Venom is
No,
entirely
I don't think-
Venom
they
is
already-
Sony
Sony-owned.
on its
Yeah.
own.
They
MCU
also-
is Disney.
They already played that out in the original movie,
You're right.
the original trilogy. They're not
You're
going to
right.
do that. Just like they didn't do an origin story. It's just
Yeah.
they're going to fit it into the MCU, and it's going to move right. I forget the name of what happens after Secret Wars. But,
I know what you're talking about as well. Yeah.
They're going to move into that, and let me tell you, you're going to have your fucking mind blown.
What's wild about MCU that not a lot of people remember in the comics, there is so much teaming up.
Yeah.
There is
Like,
so many
not even
surprises you
just
could get.
Avengers. It's just a lot of crossovers.
You couldn't get Deadpool Spider-Man. There was a Deadpool Spider-Man comic that just ended.
Yeah.
That involves mutants, like
From the
you
X-Men.
You have the
Yeah.
X-Men. You can do that.
Okay.
There's the Eternals coming out. They can come through.
Forgot
Spider-Man.
about the Eternals.
The Eternals has got. They just had
I think
not Sandra Bullock. The one with the big old titties. That Spanish actress. I forgot her name. But she's gonna be in it. Like, there's a ton of shit.
Like,
that they can do.
there's-
my only thing where I see the problem coming in is that they've spent years with not as much pressure able to develop these characters, and now the pressure's on to be like, oh, like
Yeah, but they can just do like a Thor and then a Thor Dark World where it's like standalone movies and it catches you.
Right.
all
I
the way
agree,
up.
but they don't have as much time now with the pressure that's on them to build
Oh,
a
dude, I
universe
don't-
over 20
Well,
years.
one thing that you can think about now, this is the first time in maybe ever where you can almost use anybody.
Yeah.
yeah, because this is the first time that they've had.
This is the first time
the
that
rights
Marvel.
to like just about everyone.
This is the first time that Marvel hasn't shelled out their people.
Yeah.
They think about it. Marvel shelled out Spider-Man,
They
once.
did. And
Spider-Man.
it's still biting them in the ass.
and it's still biting them. They have to share them with Sony. They shelled out Spider-Man. They have everyone now. Like, we love Hugh Jackman, but Wolverine can come back. Like, there is so much in the comics where Spider-Man is with someone else that you don't even have to do it.
More often than not, the X-Men.
Yeah.
like they are a huge part of the actual comic.
Yeah, in the last decade or so, they've kind of mellowed out because
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do with an X-Men team.
They've also already done almost everything they can with the mutants. So
Right.
They're-
Right.
They, I think in the comics they've been phased out, but there's still room for it to, like, have movies made about it for the MCU.
One thing I was kind of considering too, with Deadpool being admittedly pansexual, there is just so many weird shit that he can do with Tom Holland that I'm ready for. Just like random, just random ass.
I'm just ready
Things.
for everything, like
Yeah.
X-Men, Spider-Man,
X-Men has to come back.
Avengers.
So you think they're coming in to the MCU?
Yeah, there's
X-Men,
gonna be
Deadpool.
the
X-Men,
way.
yeah, they have to redo it.
There's gonna be like a final war
That
and
is
let-
all encompassing.
There is
of the
a
entire franchise, of the
Yeah.
entire comic book franchise.
there is an Avengers versus X-Men
Yes.
comic.
Yes.
Like,
I know of this one.
yes,
Yes.
and that is a friggin'
That's-
showdown.
Think
That-
of the video games.
Dude,
Did you see that
It's-
Avengers game? That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
The,
People are pissed about it. It's like, listen, they're not. These aren't supposed to be Robert Downey Jr. and
No.
Chris Hemsworth and
Just
stuff.
because Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man doesn't mean he has to be Iron Man and everything.
Yeah.
but
It's not easy.
You've seen the trailers for Phoenix, right?
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I was just about to ask
I
you
heard
guys
it was
about that.
trash. By
That-
the way.
Did you? It looked good.
That's
it was
what
trash.
follows Infinity War. Is she gets the Infinity Stones in the
Right.
comics?
Even
Oh,
in the-
okay.
even
Is that
in-
how she's powerful?
No, she's really powerful, but she'd be like she.
she's always powerful.
I'm
In
not
Dark
gonna say-
Phoenix, does she have a hype? It's not a stone because they don't own that, but like she's
No. In
it's,
Dark
it's
Phoenix-
the actual Infinity Stones.
In Dark Phoenix, I haven't seen the movie, but in the comics, she essentially snaps
yeah,
and is stronger than Professor Xavier.
oh
but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to potentially ruin the movie because I know you know what happens,
Yeah.
but
have you seen it? You don't go to the movies.
Dark Phoenix?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the movie, but
If they're
It's-
following, then
they'll know
Shit
what I'm
hits the
talking
fan.
about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
shit hits
And this
the
is
fan.
that's probably how they would introduce the X-Men.
Okay.
Is I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
But,
yeah, it's yeah.
Fine.
It's-
I'm
Fine,
excited.
don't tell me.
I'll tell you after.
we,
I don't want to.
Well, we all know that just logistics when it comes to movies, they're gonna have to do something.
Yeah,
with
something
the,
has
with the
to
team.
happen. Yeah.
You can't have that.
Well, that's
you
the thing
can't
is,
have
are they
Deadpool's
starting
team as well.
fresh or are
No.
they?
They're just
'Cause
they're
you can't-
incorporating.
You
it
think they're
in.
going to incorporate their former movies and just casually bring them into MCU?
Yeah.
I think it's dumb at this point to start over with X-Men again.
Yeah.
You can't.
Everyone
how many
knows-
Cyclops are we gonna have? We've had like 6 Cyclops since 2002.
Hey, we
We have Ready Player One Cyclops now, though.
They also
true.
it only took them 2 times, but they got Deadpool right
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the first
after
Dead-
getting him
Not-
horribly
yeah.
wrong.
Wolverine's Origins Deadpool is a joke.
It's so
Wolverine's
funny.
also
Doesn't he have like axe swords in his hands and just
no,
has no
he
mouth?
had his mouth sewed
Yeah.
shut.
His mouth is, and he says, "Oh, finally someone shut you up." It's like that's the
That's-
point of Deadpool. He's
and he's
an
not
idiot.
serious either. Like
He is literally insane, and when you see an insane person, you want to see how much they talk because it's ridiculous, and you
Yeah.
shut his mouth.
Think of
like
Peter
that's the whole
Dinklage
that's
with
the
it.
whole character trope right there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
him.
Imagine Game of Thrones if they just sewed Tyrion's mouth shut.
Wouldn't be a show.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, they mess it up. But
Yeah.
I think Disney's gonna do well. Plus, when it comes to Deadpool, anyways, they're not gonna switch the character.
No.
They already decided.
no, that'd be a very bad
Plus,
decision.
at this point,
That'd be
I think they
terrible.
understand they can pay the actors a lot because they're going to bring in exponentially more money.
You mean billions and billions
Actual
of dollars?
billions. Yeah.
Also, the fact that the Disney streaming service is gonna continue the movies with their own shows.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, you saw Avengers with me, and you saw Avengers.
I did.
The fact that Loki, the past Loki, has the Tesseract
Mm-hmm.
is gonna do something with the show.
Yeah.
Him and Falcon are gonna have a show, which is gonna be really awesome.
Loki and Falcon?
I believe it's Loki and Falcon. No, Loki. Sorry, Loki has his own, and it's gonna be Falcon and Bucky.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
Loki
would
and-
watch that.
Yeah.
I would too.
Hold on.
I don't know. Would you? With
I-
Falcon? Do you trust him? Carl's online.
This is the same guy that
I-
got douched by Eminem back in the day, but
Dude,
That's it. What?
he got
I
douched by
made-
a rabbit.
a fire joke at the end of Endgame when spoiler alert if you haven't seen Endgame, but if
We
you
have
haven't,
literally
go
had
fuck
an
yourself.
entire episode.
If you
I
haven't
know.
seen
Deep
it, it's
dive
your
into
I'm
fault.
just saying, go fuck yourself if
Okay.
you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's your fault.
When Captain America gave him his shield, I just leaned into my friend and went, "Blackton America."
Blackton. Sounds like an Eddie Murphy movie back
It
in
does.
the
It
80s.
does.
Blackton
It's actually
America.
the sequel to Norbit.
He's all thin. He has skin surgery. He's just like fighting crime. That'd be awesome.
Stop in the name of Norbit.
He arrests
But-
himself in the movie.
LaQuisha comes to help him out and beat the shit out of people.
I mean, but it's gonna be good. The best part about the Spider-Man and the end of Spider-Man is that we're gonna see the next phase.
Yeah, that's really what I'm most excited about. It's like I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I have all the Spider-Mans, but I want to know what goes on next.
I want to see what's
Yeah.
up. It's got to be.
Do we know the
sequel.
next movie after this?
no.
We might, but I.
We have
don't
to. What do
think
we?
it-
It's either
No,
Guardians,
it's Guardians
3.
3.
Black Panther 2.
I think it's Guardians 3.
I need to watch Black Panther.
I haven't seen
all
Black
the way
Panther
through.
either.
You haven't seen Black
I
Panther?
can't.
No.
I've never gotten through the first
Excuse me?
15 minutes.
No, I don't think it's not.
It's so good.
For me, it feels like one of those movies that.
No.
That's
Like
not
the
one of
social
those.
justice movies?
Yeah,
No, it's
it
not.
Feels like
It's
one
not.
of those things where they're doing a lot of stuff for women just to make it history. And
No. It's
All right.
sick.
okay,
Speaking-
then I'll watch it.
It's sick.
Speaking of like the MCU turning stuff into shows with the Disney service,
They
you've been addicted to
Just Netflix.
the Planet.
Fill in the blank. Frozen Planet, Planet Earth, Our Planet,
Penguin Planet.
Blue Planet, Blue Planet 2. Now,
Planet 2
so the
is
thing
lit.
is, I've watched all of those like 4 times
Blue
now.
Balls.
And now I'm on to like their individual shows. So now I'm watching like African Tundra, like Frozen,
That's not a planet.
like Frozen Plains.
How far is it until you have to go into space shows because there's nothing left for the planet
you
you
have
can
to,
watch?
after you finish all of them, you move on to the
Planet
Neil deGrasse
Mars.
Tyson
Mars.
show.
Yeah, Planet Mars.
We're not Neil deGrasse Tyson. We don't mean shit in
Yeah.
this universe.
We're alone.
We're
We're
just
just floating
dust in the
space
wind.
dust. Yeah.
Uh,
I love space.
This shit's so sad though. Some of these I watched. I almost cried. I was watching a 4-minute scene. It was just a bunch of walruses in the Arctic they had to go up to this cliff because there's not enough ice left, and then they just kept falling. And they took it was like they fell off a mountain and were just tumbling down this thing to their death at the bottom.
Dude,
and then
I
there's
feel
just
like
a
I would've
walrus.
watched that and laugh because I'm
There
a
was,
psycho.
oh yeah, it was terrible.
It's
but
so
funny.
cute. That sounds so
There was a
cute.
walrus graveyard at the bottom of just like
That's incredible. Why don't they take the ivory from them instead of killing elephants?
These people are terrible, and I'd rather be hot than cold for some reason.
Okay.
That's valid. This shit's so fascinating to me. I don't even know the guy's name. I saw him. He was in. They don't show him in the Blue Planet or any of that. The British guy who talks, but then in African Plains or whatever I was watching.
Is he in
Is
the
it
plane?
David Attenborough? I think that's
David
what it is.
Attenborough.
Yeah,
Sounds right.
they actually showed him. He's like 90 years old. This chunky little, gray hair.
chunky little Brit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's not what I was expecting, but I like it.
It's depressing.
Yeah. So shout out to you, David Attenborough. I think you died.
I think
Big
you
sad.
Yeah, I
died.
think he's dead now.
All right.
And now like Will Smith does him.
Oh really?
Seems off, but
I
maybe.
don't like that Will Smith is in anything anymore.
We
Not
got a
since
couple
Aladdin.
new pops, new Funkos.
I think we've talked about this.
No, we got a
No.
doll. We got an Aladdin doll.
What
But
else
now
did you get?
We got a new Funko Pop for Aladdin. And Hunter, move that soda.
We have the Queen.
So yeah, now we have our Funko of Aladdin and Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, this is not what I was expecting.
Yeah. What were you expecting? Some cool Spider-Man stuff?
No, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't Queen
Was
Elizabeth
it?
the third.
Was it
The
high
second.
schoolers?
The second, I'm sorry.
Were you expecting a high schooler behind that soda?
I don't know.
I have beef with high schoolers.
Who
I know you
doesn't?
have beef with high schoolers.
We're at our friend Sully, shout out to C-Team Sully, his graduation party last night.
Yep.
His sister also graduated from high school, so it was like a double graduation party.
It was
And
lit.
we got like bullied away from this fire. All the cool kid high schoolers
I don't
had
know
a
if
fire
I told
going
you.
on.
When they were at the fire, me and one of Sully's friends went to give his little sister Mike's Heart or something.
Yeah.
And one of the kids looked at us and went, "Can I have some beer?" And I just looked at it and went,
No.
and shook my head no.
No.
Get out of here, nerd.
Yeah, they were like afraid to go grab one. There's like 100 beers on the porch, and they're like,
When I stopped by for a couple years ago for some graduation, and I just grabbed one. I was like 19, and there I remember Sully looked at me. He's like, "I'm glad you did that. You're not afraid."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know because I've drank before.
And then you just told their parents you were 21, and they've never questioned it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So how old do they think you are now? Like 45?
I mean, by that logic, they probably think I'm 23. They probably think I'm the oldest one of the bunch.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah, so we went over to the high schoolers, and we were like, "Hey, you guys."
You got the podcast app?
Yeah, first thing I did, I said that. I was like, "Hey, you guys got the podcast app? Take it out. Go follow the Plunge podcast. Rate 5 stars." We did get like 5 new reviews.
That's really fucking.
I
Yeah.
gotta start branching out to high schools at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, you should sit in the parking lot at around like 2.
Like,
You really get a lot of them.
Like, hey, you ever heard of the Goodt Brothers? You will now.
Yeah.
You like wrestling? No.
Wrestling.
You
And they
do
ju-
now.
They just looked at me like with a blank stare. One of them was like, "Is that the Plunge?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And then we started talking about porn immediately
Yeah,
after.
yeah. So
Stayed on brand.
we had a conversation earlier with our friends, and we were like, "Man, I don't recognize much of the top 10 anymore on Pornhub."
That's true.
We're like, I think this means I'm getting old.
Or maybe what you like is just not in vogue anymore.
That's true. So
I'm sorry.
we were talking about it, and I walk over. I was like, "Hey, Lisa Ann's not in the top 20 anymore."
What?
Yeah. So I was like, "Hey, you guys ever hear Lisa Ann?" And they just look at me like, "What?"
Who's that?
Yeah, and they're like, "Who's that?" And I was like, fucking MILF.
I also
The
tried to
ultimate
milk it
MILF.
out of them, being like, "Yeah, don't like. We know you guys watch porn. We were in high school too. Like,
They were trying to be
what's
like
your-
cool because our friend's sister, I think, is like the cool chick, like in the grade or something. So they're all trying to be like tough guy, like, "Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about."
And we're
They
just
was
out
born
here
of a
being
lie.
like, "Yeah, no, I love milfs."
Yeah, we're like, "Yo, Mia Khalifa, that's my shit." Like they're just like,
like,
"I
I
don't-"
wish she didn't retire.
Yeah, we're just like, they're just like, I don't know.
Never heard of him. The guy has like
Never
16
heard
names
of
in his
her.
head.
I was like, "Where you guys going to college?" Like, just name off their college. I was like, "And you never watch porn, huh?" Like,
I think I have a theory on that. And I think it's because I've read that the bigger women are taking over the top 10,
BBW.
BB
Big move.
dubs, and I think that people are afraid to admit that,
Dude,
especially in high school.
I talk about slapping my meat around with people that I barely know.
I do that with you guys all the time.
Yeah,
confirm.
but you know us.
No, even before I knew you, I
Yeah.
said some pretty weird shit to
I think I
Hunter.
told. So Riley's neighbor came over for a few minutes. I think within 10 minutes of them being here, I was saying that I smacked my meat around because I didn't want to be sexually frustrated here. So is that what getting old is, Christian? Just not giving a fuck and being like, "Yeah, no, I smacked my meat and then I went grocery shopping and
I didn't
yeah,
want to
I'm here
be
now."
tempted to buy some juicy stuff, you know.
I didn't want to get like a nice thick watermelon.
2 Christmas hams, they would have been in my cart.
2 bags of rice-a-roni.
Yeah.
I can't put those in my pillow.
I can't keep buying all these fruit by the foot and wrapping them around myself. I don't know what the hell's going on. No, just cause yeah, no, it's true. You should say whatever the fuck you want. Like must have been an old soul because while I was in high school, I was talking about getting naked and
I mean,
Oh, you were just talking about it?
well, until I got in the
yeah,
locker
no,
room.
when we were in high school.
We
We were
weren't.
getting naked.
Well,
I was shitting in quarries 30 feet up in the air.
I shat in a bucket with my friends.
I shat on a truck.
I ran
Like, you know
across
the
the
step
street.
when a truck is lifted and they have that step to get in.
Yeah,
Pooped on that.
I actually ran across the street with no pants on for some reason. I don't know why I did it.
It's a good time. It's a good time right
I
there.
was get hit by a car.
Hey man, it happens.
It shouldn't have happened, but I did it.
These
I
kids were
also-
lame as fuck, though.
They
Yeah, that sounds
they
pretty
were.
lame.
We were trying to like actually interact
Engage with them, yeah. It was like
And
we
then
had
they
a
were
fire
just
going, like we were
"I'm
pretty
gonna
drunk.
Look on Tinder.
Oh,
Probably because they got shut
Tin-
down by a little Sully.
Tinder and Instagram.
Hey,
Stupid as kid.
Hey, Tinder ain't all that bad.
I'm not saying it's bad, but you don't have to talk about it.
I went on my first ever successful Tinder date the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How successful was it?
I got a little smooching, a little mouth kissing.
Where?
My mouth.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I
Did
also
she
kissed a
subscribe to the
grill in
Plunge?
the past like 3 days.
Yeah, your cousin.
Not
Oh.
my cousin.
Yes, your cousin.
I heard about that.
Hunter matched with his cousin on Tinder.
I
Yeah.
didn't even match with her on
Same
Tinder.
last name.
Not my
Verified
cousin.
cousin.
No, it's
At
not.
some point, she's probably your something cousin.
Do
Like,
you understand?
all last names stem back to somewhere.
Yeah, cool. You want to know? My grandfather is not a real Marcoux. He was adopted. So it's impossible for us to be related.
Well, it's not impossible, but
It
the
is
odds
100%.
are much more in your favor now.
I fucking told you that like months ago.
Do you think I listen when you talk?
No.
You are right now.
Valid.
Ooh.
Yeah, Hunter. I made sure me and Tuba left right when she got there, so Hunter could get some action going on. We were having
That
a
didn't
little,
happen. She was on her period.
we were having
From
a
his
little,
family member.
having a little get together.
A little
I was like,
family
all right,
strokes
Tuba, we
action."
gotta go.
Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Yeah, my stroke is the family kind.
Yours just came to you though. That was nice. I had to go like on a date and impress mine and stuff.
Did you take her to Taco Bell?
I went mini golfing with her. Her profile said ideal first date
Gate.
mini golfing. So I was like, hey, let's go mini golfing.
Where'd you go?
Mills.
Yeah.
You should go to Chuckster's. Chuckster's rules.
Chuckster's is cool. It has the longest course, the longest hole in the world.
It's a fucking joke.
Is
Don't
it what?
do it.
30
It has
feet?
no. It's legit like really super long.
Yeah.
but it's a joke because you have to climb up these stairs to this stupid whatever it's called. You have to climb up the
Like a
stairs.
T?
The T's at the top, but it's like
You
like
hit it once and it goes down. It's an
No.
automatic hole in one.
No, it's bullshit. Because you go to the top and you hit it, and it doesn't even go in the hole. So if you're playing legit like we were, you just kind of got to whack it a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to do a couple taps. And then we went with a couple friends from work and my girlfriend, and she hit it, and there was 2 lanes where it could go with the rocks in the middle. Hers got stuck in the rocks. So instead of being able to go left or right, it got stuck right where the divot was, and she had to actually go again while ours were rolling down the street. Like, it's a joke. And you got to climb back down and walk like 5 minutes just to get to it. Like,
It's legit. It's the longest mini golf hole in the world.
Why?
I don't know. There's no reason for it. Do you want to go?
There's no reason.
Yeah.
I would go with you. Like,
Okay.
there's no reason for it. It's a good place though. They got Dino Crunch as well.
Yeah,
for
they
Do
have
it.
they have
good ice
batting
cream.
cages?
No. No, not the one in Hookstep.
Do they have a driving range?
No.
Then
No.
is it really mini golf?
Yes, it's mini golf.
don't believe
It's
it.
exactly mini
It's
golf.
a legit mini golf course. Like,
I've
if
been
you
there
like
for
mini
ice
golf,
cream before, not mini golf. I
Mini
went to
golf.
mini golf and then it started raining.
They actually have 2 mini golf courses. So you can do one and then do the other one later. So you can go back a couple times.
Okay, I've been to the one in Concord.
Yeah, Chichester?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the one here was just made. The
Oh,
one-
okay.
It's actually it's super nice.
But yeah, went mini golfing. I won, so she bought me ice cream.
Then you
Word.
fingered her in your car.
Sure didn't. But yeah.
He made her walk. No, the one
I made her walk.
the one in Chichester has the batting cages and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
The one in Hookset does not. It's
Okay.
just-
I live next to Hookset.
I live in Hookset essentially.
Hunter, you don't get stories that get by me often that I don't hear.
Yep.
You said to me casually the other day, like you had already
no, I
told
didn't
me.
say it.
Well, so it came up that you puked on a fat girl.
Oh yeah.
Where was I?
Not at UNE.
And you didn't tell me about this?
Dude, I didn't even fucking remember it happened.
Why'd you puke on her?
Why?
Yeah, I'd like to
I don't
hear this
know.
story then, because you've never told me this story.
How'd you puke on a person but not the ground?
So, last year I was pre-gaming for the end of the not last year, my sophomore year, so 2 years ago now.
Jeez.
It's
a long time ago.
I was getting ready, just pre-gaming, drank an entire 6-pack of some double IPA that Sully had, and it was like 8.6% alcohol. Drank all of those in like an hour and a half, and I was fucked. I also we toked a little bit in the bathroom,
My man.
and then we rolled out. I was already hella crossed. Hella crossed.
Hella crossed.
Hella.
So we get there. We're booling out with pretty much everyone who is.
Can
like,
you define boolin for all of the Chris Wutzkes out there?
It's
Like
like
a bully on
cooling,
cue?
like hanging out, but
Like hanging out, maxing, relaxing,
it's
all cool.
But
Yeah.
because Bloods can't say the letter C, they say boolin instead
It's
of
true.
coolin'.
This is true. The Bloods Crips thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Treyway. So we
Crip
get
walk.
we roll up to the off-campus house, the only place that doesn't get busted for parties, because UNE sucks for parties.
Sure does.
And like I'm just hanging out, talking to people. I'm still drinking. I'm just fucked up at this point, but not like I'm gonna yak. We get there around 11, so fast forward like 3 hours, 2.5 hours. I walk onto the porch. It's like a 3-season porch. I see my friend Ben, who's one of the biggest drug dealers on campus. He was the
Shout out, Ben.
Shout
Yeah,
out
hey,
Ben.
Ben.
Shout out Ben Clark. Love you, boy.
Jesus.
Hey, dude, if you want him, hit me up. I'll give you his business card. He'll hook you up. He was like, yo, dude, I haven't seen you like all year. I pretty much live off campus.
That's a good thing for you. It means you're not buying drugs.
Yeah. Hey.
Good job.
No, well, he was one of my best friends.
Proud
I
of you.
bought drugs from other people.
That's a
So
very
he
good
was like,
friend.
dude, I haven't seen you in mad long. Do you want to smoke a blunt? Like, I don't know how fucked up
Do
you
I
are.
want to smoke a
And
blunt?
I was starting to come down. Like, I wasn't really that stoned anymore. I was kind of
So you
just
thought.
drunk. And
You were
then
just tired.
we went out back and we were just talking, smoking a blunt, and then I was fucking ripped after this thing. We would go back into the porch, which was deemed the smoking porch, which I didn't know, and I was just hanging out there, and people were just busting out weed left and right, and I was like, what is happening? And then they just kind of looked at me and they're like, you want in on this too? And I just went,
Yeah.
yeah. And
No words, not even a word. Just
So- that was the last thing that I remember. I woke up the next morning in my bed, and I was like, I don't know how I got
Okay,
here.
that's good. That's a good start.
Good sign.
Yeah.
Went over to grab my towel to take a shower,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
had clothes just covered in puke.
Yuck.
And I grabbed my phone, saw a text from my friend Noah, and it just said, you puked all over a fat girl last night. What happened was after
You got
we
the
finished
piece.
the
You got
second
you got
blunt-
everything pieced back together for you.
Oh yeah, he gave me the play-by-play. He was standing right behind me when it happened. He told me that I suddenly went very quiet, and then my girlfriend at the time came, got her jacket. She's like, "Hey, do you need a ride back?" And I was like, Like I didn't even make noise. Like I legitimately just shook my head, and then she's like, "Hey, are you okay? Like you're really clammy." And then it was just like fucking Mount Vesuvius of puke all over some fat girl. And then I stood up, walked out, and then my ride was there. And that's
At least she didn't leave yet.
huh?
At least she didn't leave yet. Both, I mean, that night and in
She
general.
dumped me like 3
Yeah,
months later.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, in general, to leave you and that night. But-
yeah, no, it was cool. I didn't remember it. Someone told me the next day as well, and I was like, that sucks. And they're like, you're fine. There's like 4 other people there. Everyone was already fucked up, so no one remembered it. Never got talked about that again.
That's an ideal situation.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out who this person was?
Yeah.
Is it the fat girl you fucked?
Did you have?
Good.
I was gonna say, did you have sex with her?
No.
Did you see her
You
naked?
did, didn't you?
Nah.
Yeah, you did. You totally did.
But no, she's not cool enough to go to Duffy's.
What's
The
that mean?
fat girl that I fucked.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to know people to go to Duffy's.
What is Duffy's?
That's just the name of the street.
Oh, okay. But wasn't she there because you puked on her?
The fat girl that I fucked?
No. Oh,
Yeah,
she's the girl who's not cool
She's
enough.
the girl who's not cool enough.
Okay.
The other girl is apparently.
If you threw up on her, then
But yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
that's how I threw up on a fat girl.
well, that's that one.
I love college. Woo!
All right, it's that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time of the month.
Same time of the month that my girl was on.
Yeah, you had that kind of time of the month problem
This-
yesterday, but
This is
2
a
days
different
ago.
time of the month.
This is a different time of the month. It is the time of the month where we, as a show, make our pitch.
To
Now, Christian.
TLC,
Christian, once a month, we make a pitch to TLC. Do you know TLC? The
learning
TV
channel.
Yeah, the network.
yeah.
So you know how they have a bunch of obscure shows?
Yeah.
They have like My 600-Pound Life and like 90 Day Fiancé and shit like that. Once a month, we make our pitch to TLC. We create a show.
Oh, I'm into this.
And then we send it in. If you have any, feel free. You can throw one out there. I have one in mind, so you can have time to think if you want to create one. So the other day on Twitter, I saw this thing where it was a little person, and she got leg implants.
What?
Do you know how much those cost?
Yeah, she got
Dude, it's like $40,000.
she got leg implants.
They
So-
make you taller.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. You
That's
think
why-
I haven't looked into it? I'm 5'2". You know what it's like being 5'2"?
No, I'm sorry.
So my first thought was, wow, little people, big legs. So
We're going to be finding as many little people as we can and pushing them to their absolute limits and seeing who can come out the tallest.
So
And
think
the tallest
about-
one wins $100,000.
all right, so the show it's little people, big legs. Think about it. These like reality shows where like I'm thinking just that Awake show that we talked about last week where people stay awake for 24 hours counting quarters and then
Great fucking show,
do
by the way.
challenges. They're giving away guap. Every episode they're giving away $100,000. Like they have the chance to give
$200,000,
they have the chance to give away $1 million. Like we can afford to give some little people.
Some big legs.
Yes, exactly. So like it's going to be that style where it's like, listen, these network television shows, they have the money, okay? So we're going to we'll make a 10-season pilot season, 10 episode.
season?
Yeah, 10 episode pilot season. You know, that's only 400 recs. We're going to make way more than that. All right? And we're just going to it's going to be like My 600-Pound Life where it's like the first half of the episode will be like them getting their surgery and then like going
No,
through
like the
physical therapy and
the
stuff.
first part is their life with short legs.
Yeah.
The middle part is the
Legs.
surgery, rehab,
And then we can do the, like after
The-
bar rescue, the
check-in.
check-in.
Yeah.
Like how's big legs
the 6
treating
month
you?
later check-in.
You just have to do it right, though. You have to just give us just enough taste of them with long legs. so
Where
that
it
they
leaves you
come-
wanting more.
It leaves you wanting more, so you can have another episode consider it new, but it's just them like with big legs.
They're just in
Well,
life
it
now.
just,
Right,
just
yeah.
each
Well, no, that could be
season
like-
follow one person.
No, so it'll be in a new
No,
episode. But then you can have season 2. You know how they have like Teen Mom? Or no, they have 16 and pregnant, but then they have Teen Mom afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, okay, we have little people big legs, but then we have like, I guess
Little
they would just
people,
be
bigger legs.
Yeah, they would just be
normal people, average legs.
Yeah,
Normal people, little legs.
yeah.
Or they get leg
Or
reduction
little half,
surgery.
little top, big bottom. Like,
It reminds you of like when they did this in Rick and Morty, and there was just like everything was just surreal, like Answer My Eyes Johnson. Everything just doesn't make sense. Like this is intense.
So yeah, I think this one's a killer.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I think it. Yeah, like I think it
People
genuinely has a shot.
I have another one.
Do you? Fuck yeah, we got a bunch ready.
Yeah, you know how there are people who are like, college is useless.
Yes.
Like, you don't need it.
Yeah.
It's called Are You Smarter Than a Graduate?
High school, like a college
Like a
graduate.
college
So it's like we
graduate.
put in trade school people who.
No, we put in the people who think that they don't need a degree and they shit on college.
Yeah.
And we put them against one college graduate. And
Okay.
yeah, it's
And
the
we'll
same
we'll
setup.
ultimately know who's better, trade school or like
Well,
institution.
not trade school. I'm talking like trade school people are still smart.
No, I agree, but those are the typical people who are like, you don't need a college.
I'm talking
degree.
like white trash.
Oh,
people.
fantastic. Okay,
Because
even
that's
better.
the same
'Cause
demographic.
they'll lose.
That's all exactly.
All right,
and
they'll
that's the
lose.
point.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah.
Is this
So-
for money though?
Yeah. If you
Sure.
win, you win $1 million. But
Yeah.
we're safe.
it's gonna
'cause they're
be
not
Are You
win.
Smarter Than a Fifth Grader style. We could just fill in Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, but with different
No,
contestants.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it's just you bump it up 12 years.
Instead of Johnny, who's really good at geography from 4th grade, we have like
Hunter, who's really good at organic chemistry.
from University of New England grad school.
Yeah, we got Jenny from
We got
Stanton.
Yeah, we have Jenny from Cornell. Yeah.
I think I have one.
Okay, let's hear it.
It might not be good,
That's fine.
but it's reverse my 600-pound life.
Okay, we
It's-
get people fat.
So yeah, so it's like my 99-pound life, where we just get people who with eating disorders and just like
Oh, So it's literally like we go
Picking
from.
them up.
we're pumping them, not even like eating.
Pumping
We're
'em.
pumping them full of just like.
So are we
Taco
making
Bell.
them fat, or are we trying to help their eating problem to be a normal stage of
We're
life?
trying to change their life.
We're trying to get them from one show to the next.
Yeah, we're a gateway show to my 600-pound life. Like,
We're an evil corporation. We're taking
You know what
people and we're
that
pumping them
actually-
through the shows, and then we put them on Plunge's own show, My Half-Ton Wedding.
Did you ever? I think I've talked to you about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast. Have you ever heard of the show? It used to be on the air called Fit to Fat to Fit.
yes,
That's
I remember
essentially what my 99-pound life to my 600-pound life back to my 99-pound life is.
it's just gonna be a lot of camera work.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Hear me out. If we plan this right, we could get someone on 4 shows. So you start them out.
Stop! I already know what you're gonna say.
You start them out at my 99-pound life, and then
Get them thick.
you get them fat.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you throw them on My Half-Ton Wedding.
I was gonna say my. Oh, I guess that
And
would
then-
be the order. That would be
Then
the order.
they get diabetes. Their legs get cut off. Then you put them. You can get them back on the. You can get them
My-
back on my 600-pound life.
And then back on my 99
No,
pound life.
You
and
can-
then
We could put
since
them in
they
a
have no
vicious
legs because
circle.
of their diabetes, you put them on on
Actually,
short little
Little
people,
legs.
big legs.
you could
Well,
actually.
they need to have feet for that.
This person will be the TLC network superstar.
Yeah.
You could actually fit in one more show,
90 Day Fiance.
possibly.
Yeah.
But then one more show. You can actually fit in Skin Tight.
What's Skin Tight?
Skin Tight is when the people who have the surgery gets their skin removed.
Oh yeah.
So you can actually squeeze that in for like a special.
So we can have them on like 6
We could have a
shows.
crossover of my 600-pound, or what is it, my half-ton wedding?
Yeah.
My half-ton wedding and 90 Day Fiance.
And Say Yes to the Dress.
It's-
And then after
This
they get
is
married,
all
we can put them
encompassing.
on like Property Brothers.
We'll make a new show.
no.
We'll
We'll
get
find
to
them
it.
a house.
we could just call
That's
it.
on HGTV. You got to get
Oh,
your
you're
networks
right. You're
down.
right.
I think there's one we could put them on that Outdaughtered show too, and they have a kid. And just get them like super pregnant and have like 7 kids.
That's
Is Honey Boo Boo on TLC?
I think she
'Cause
was.
I think she was, but
Yeah, we
she
could do
she
that.
got all these shows though, like without
Mama
being on
June.
TV.
Mama
Yeah,
June.
Mama June's like
My
with
favorite
all-
dinner, sketty and butter.
She's got like a whole tooth.
don't be disrespectful to teeth.
Yeah, don't be disrespectful to teeth.
Hey, did you know Riley chipped his tooth on corn like
Yeah,
a
I
week
saw
ago?
that. I sent him a nice little internet meme of corn because I felt bad about that.
Did you send him a link to Corn Hub?
Corn flub.
That was a good one. Good
Nice.
job, Hunter.
I'm actually
Yay.
I'm disappointed in
Hit the
the
yay button.
Yeah, plus $1.
Yay.
All right, so I think we have a few killer options. I like the idea of just the all-encompassing person that we're
I
going to
do.
create.
So it's less of a TLC show pitch, but like the perfect specimen
Yes.
pitch.
I think we're ready.
I think we're
I
ready
think this
to.
is ready to roll.
I think we should
I
send
think
it
it's. I think there's one obvious thing that we all will agree on. It has to be a woman.
in. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be easier for us.
No, we should make it a goat.
Oh,
Should make it a gorilla.
And then we
Then
can
it would
cross
be a
over with
draft.
Animal Planet.
then it would be a giraffe after we give it legs.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be a
Is that-
crossover with Animal Planet.
we're all about crossovers here.
Crossover,
up, Pride Month.
cross dressing.
All right. Last thing before we head into our plunge picks. Have you seen so the live action Little Mermaid just announced that Melissa McCarthy is joining as Ursula.
No.
The black community is in outrage.
Is it?
Understandably.
Is it?
Ursula's black.
I thought
No, she's
Ursula
an
was
octopus.
exactly. She has tentacles.
But no, it's like
You can't handle this.
like it's people like Ariel's very clearly white and
They should
Ursula
make
is
her
like
Asian.
Ursula's like a black version of that. She's like I was gonna sound bad. She's like purple. Like but-
Jinx from Pokemon.
She's like deep
purple.
space black.
yeah. Sure.
Deep
So
space
no, the black
black.
community's pissed. They're like, we're really having Melissa McCarthy. She's in like I've been seeing tweets that are just like it's like a list of thick black women that could have played Ursula, and it's just endless
Queen
list.
Latifah.
I was gonna
That
say,
was
is
she
it,
was on there.
I was gonna say, it's
Uh,
Queen Latifah, and that's it.
Queen Latifah would be dope.
Queen Latifah was
Latifah is
in.
dope.
So
Burlesque.
Christian, as the token black in the room, what are your thoughts on Ursula being
You're like
Melissa
a
McCarthy?
50-cent token black.
Yeah.
More black than you've heard on
You're
this
like
show.
you're a $50. You're not the token. You're $50.
I still
That's
have
your rapper name now. $50.
I still have value, damn it, in the black community, and that's dumb.
What $50 is the rapper
No,
name?
that they're
Oh.
pissed off about an octopus person. What was that? Is the octopus community going to be pissed off now?
Probably
It
already
could
is.
be, yeah.
Do I
Yeah,
have to
we're
ask all the
polluting their
squids?
waters.
This is ridiculous.
You're gonna have a real woman play an octopus. This is bullshit.
She doesn't even have tentacles. How are you going to do that? Like, this
with
is
new
ridiculous.
TLC show, Arms to Tentacles in 90
You
days.
got to call. Going back to our Spider-Man earlier, we got to call Doc Octopus and get some tentacles going on for this person.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Have that one to the network.
So
my
you don't
600
care?
pound tentacles. It's everyone just wants to bitch.
That's true.
Everyone
It's
just
a
wants
fad.
to bitch.
It's a fad.
It's-
It'll pass.
Yeah, it's
You can't be this
Well, like
irritated.
then if you look at it, like Hades is the same color as Ursula. So should Hades in the
Who played
Hercules
that?
live
Who
action?
played
You know what?
Hades?
James Woods.
James Woods, yeah.
You know what is a bigger deal, like comparatively, that I could think of than this? Like if Mulan wasn't
most things.
like everything, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna fight about Disney stuff, you have a fight with if Mulan wasn't Asian. Like you have an actual fight there, but you gotta really
We
fight
should
about
make her
Ursula not being an
African.
octopus. just a black Mulan.
That'd be cool.
Shaniqua
But we have
Lan.
everyone else be Asian. That'd be
Shanika Lan.
lit.
It's just I can't believe people are. I mean, let me take that back. I can believe people are upset about that.
I hate
This
those
isn't
people.
this isn't Black Panther, where like it actually meant something.
Where
Yeah.
T'Challa's just a middle-aged white dude.
T'Challa's
Bryan
James Woods.
Cranston is gonna play T'Challa in Black Panther 2.
Tom Holland is also T'Challa.
Everyone
Like,
is.
everyone is
T'Challa.
T'Challa except for a black man.
Yeah.
That's
Wakanda
insane.
is relocated to Central America.
South
Wakanda
Africa.
is in Alaska actually.
No, I'm just saying Wakanda's actually in South Africa, so they're all white. Think about it.
It's true.
Yeah.
This isn't wrong actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's I didn't even know. It's so off my black Twitter
Yeah.
that I didn't even know about it.
Do you
so.
have two different accounts, one for your white half, one for your black half?
No, but to get the black Twitter, you have to venture a little bit, and once you're in,
You're locked
you're
in.
You're in there for hours. Like you're just looking like what.
Black
is going
Twitter
on?
is my favorite Twitter.
Black Twitter is
They're
like
the funniest people.
Black
Black
Twitter's
people?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Black Twitter is
Black
hilarious.
Twitter people.
Black
But
Twitter people.
There's
yeah.
what's funny about Black Twitter though. There's some stuff you see, and the intricacies of like what's going on there. You have to sit down and sometimes think about like what are they talking about, and it's ridiculous.
Do you only get half of the things that are on it?
It depends.
I'm not gonna stop making this joke.
It depends. I mean, it really depends for me. I mean,
You are from New Hampshire.
well, I
Yeah, you soaked up
relocated.
too much milk while you were here.
Almond milk. Actually, I can't drink
Yeah.
milk. But I'm from the ghetto of Massachusetts. So. In the ghetto. So that's still in me for now.
All right. Yeah. Purple McCarthy. All right.
This
This is my.
Tentacles.
They'll be fine. I'll be fine with it if they give her the Will Smith treatment.
Were they paint her purple?
Yeah, they gotta make her purple.
Were they
If-
digital?
Well, she's like blue and has purple eyeshadow.
Yeah, if they're gonna make her
So
purple.
are
I'm
the
fine with it.
Avatar people mad that they didn't pick a blue person to be Ursula?
They did it. Zoe, what's her face?
Deschanel.
Yeah. Nope.
Zoe 101.
Nope.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Gamora.
I don't know who the
Oh,
fuck plays
I know you're
Gamora.
I know you're talking about.
Gamora's actress.
We traded Gamora.
Okay. We did trade. Thanos traded Gamora.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Gamora.
Yeah, Gamora's the only one. Gamora's one of the very few who doesn't get to come back in the snap.
Yeah.
Technically, she does come back, which is interesting.
She comes
From a
back
different
from an
universe.
alternate reality
Yeah,
that,
so
then,
they're
that then
actually-
gets snapped away.
But now they're following her in the third one.
Yes. Wait, what?
That's the
Is that what the third Guardians is? Is
Yeah.
they're trying to go get her in
they're
the
trying to
alternate
find her
reality?
and like figure out the hell's going on.
Because she's absolutely gone. Do you like Fat Thor?
I like Fat Thor.
Fat Thor is so relatable.
As
He's just
I
like
did not like
as
it-
two chunk daddies here.
I didn't
It's
like
true.
that Fortnite was in Endgame.
No?
That made me mad.
it had to be.
Yeah.
I've never played Fortnite in my life, but I understand the intricacies of
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fort. But
So you like Fat Thor?
Fat Thor.
What do you
is
think's coming in Guardians 3? Because it's as Guardians
It's,
of
yeah,
the Galaxy.
as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dave Bautista and Fat Thor are gonna be going at it?
Do you think it's going to be Fat Thor by the time they get back to Guardians?
No, I think he'll be back to.
No, I think the new character is Fat Thor because what's her name took over the Asgardians.
Yeah,
So he doesn't have to be like
the god.
no, he doesn't have to be the god, and Loki's technically dead, but
He'll be back.
he'll be back to sexy Mac Daddy at some point, but it's gonna be Fat Thor for a while.
Yeah.
Because they switched him for comedic reasons.
They did.
Even though he was a badass in the movie still.
Yeah.
But he'll be
I
around
liked
for a
when he
while.
didn't fit into his arm.
Well, now think of the jokes that Chris Pratt. Yeah, they're definitely going to keep Fat Thor because now the Guardians with Fat Thor is just fucking
It's
bully,
perfect.
bully
Too much,
ammo. Yeah.
Perfect. They minus Gamora for now, and they added Fat Thor, so that's perfect.
I think that's a good trade.
This
I
is
think it's a great trade.
this movie is going to be an emotional nightmare because
I
Chris
can't
wait.
Pratt-
No, nothing
Chris
is
Pratt's going to
going-
be broken.
Nothing's gonna combat Yondu's death.
No, that made
No,
me
that
cry,
was-
but
that
then I
was
got
sad.
laid after.
You're soft.
I am soft, but so is she.
Pity lovins.
Oh yeah.
Pity cocksuck.
All right, let's do this plunge picks.
There we go.
This plunge pick is brought to you by Podcoin. If you're already listening to podcasts, you might as well get paid for it. Use promo code PLUNGE when you sign up for 300 free coins. Buy yourself a coffee if you're like host Dave being a piece of shit. Or if you're going to be a good boy like Riley, you can donate to charity.
There you
But
go.
yeah, we and the rest of the inner circle live in the bonus section, which gives you a coin and a fourth. So if you do like podcasts, and it's not just us, and you have a wide array, listen to them on Podcoin. Listen to us preferably, because, we got good shit. But
Sure do.
yeah, promo code PLUNGE when you sign up for 300 free coins to get you jump started on that coffee or donation to charity.
Hell yeah. So we need an order. Kelly, list one of our names. All right, Hunter, you're first,
I'm
according
always
to
first.
guest
Did
Kelly.
my girlfriend just pick Hunter over me?
She sure did.
Yeah,
so we're
you
going to go
have
clockwise. So it's going to
Booty
go.
munching butt fungus.
This is some
All
bull.
right, so we're going Hunter, Riley, Christian, Snake Draft. We are doing the plunge picks of nostalgic video games.
Mhm.
So, Christian, you're a gamer. We're both gamers. I think this one will. I think we're just gonna smile throughout this one. We're gonna just talk about video. No one's gonna be competitive on this. We're gonna be like, yeah, right.
I love video games.
Yeah. All right, Hunter. So you're
Christian's
first up.
trying to get further up my thigh.
He
and
keeps blocking me with his arm. It's not cool.
So I'm gonna go
It's in your pocket.
probably the cap to a jewel pod.
Sorry.
The first one
I love that
I'm
video
gonna
game.
have to pick is like Halo 2 on the
Oh,
original
good one.
Xbox.
It's the
Fair.
first one that had like multiplayer, and you
Yeah.
would just sit with your friends for hours, just killing each other. Double headshot with the battle
I
rifle.
think I know what you're gonna. Yeah, that was before the DMR.
Mhm.
I think I know what you're gonna pick.
I have a few that I'm debating.
Is it a Call of Duty franchise one?
No, that's.
But we
that
should
was-
also keep it to one per franchise.
No, I think there can be specifics on this.
Not for Halo. Halo.
No, Halo, you gotta-
Halo 2.
Halo, yeah, like games with enough games in their franchise, you can pick a specific. I'm taking Spyro. There's 3 of them, so I'm
That's a
taking
good
that
one.
franchise.
That's fine.
Spyro is the game I grew. That was the first game I would just mindlessly play for hours.
I know you're gonna be able to get the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, and I know what one you're gonna
and
pick
then
second.
I'm not taking Crash. If that's
Oh.
what you thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, Spyro. When the Reignited trilogy came out, I spent literally weeks 100%ing it. Like,
Yeah.
so I was just like, that was back. That's how I feel like is a good nostalgic one. If they have a reboot, you can just play and you remember everything. You
Yeah,
remember
the
where all
only
the
thing-
small
Yeah,
details
the only
are.
thing they touch up is just like the controls.
Aesthetics, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
controls
like,
and aesthetic.
it's like,
Aesthetic.
yeah, I'd be playing with someone. I'd be like fly over a mountain and then show up on this little tiny ledge where there's one more coin, and they'd be like, "How the fuck do you know that was there without looking it up?" And I was like, years of playing this game.
All I played.
Yeah. All right, so Christian, you're up for 2.
All right, so I have one that you guys might appreciate.
Okay.
The Simpsons Hit and Run.
No, that was
That's
my
a good
next
one.
pick.
That's a really
Fuck.
good one.
That game was
You
all the
could-
Simpsons games too.
You could take Crazy Taxi.
So, hear me out. Don't need Crazy Taxi when you have Simpsons. What was the Simpsons Crazy Taxi game? It was
I know what you're talking about.
fuck.
no,
there-
it's like the Simpsons Hit and Run, and then there's
Look it
Simpsons
up
Hit and
after.
Run was the GTA one, and then it was Simpsons. Simpsons Road Rage.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Simpsons Road Rage was
There
the
you
other
go.
one where it was like their version of Crazy Taxi,
Yep.
and you would just drive around, pick people up, bring them to spots.
And they would just
You
yell at
you pick up Krusty and bring him to the to the Quickie Mart.
That was a good one too. Yeah.
You remember the skateboarding game?
I do.
That game was a little trash, but
I remember one of the Simpsons ones, the arcade. I can't remember the arcade game, but
yes, yeah,
and the whole family was in it. All you're doing is going
the
side
fighting.
scrolling. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like mashing
yeah.
buttons. And
Lisa
kicking
has
shit.
the saxophone.
Yeah. I could never remember where I played it, but I totally played
Yeah,
it.
it was
Never
at all
played that
arcades.
game.
Yeah.
We should go to the beach soon. I guarantee the beach arcades have them.
Oh,
It was
definitely.
just
That's where I played. I just
Yeah.
don't remember which one. And
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
that game. So I feel like just Simpsons, but Simpsons Hit and Run. That game.
Hit and Run was legit.
That was another one where I just played endless hours.
That's
on
the one
PS2.
game I tried to get on a ROM that I just can't. Never works.
Yeah, yeah.
Just never works. The
Those you have
GameCube
to get on a
ROMs are trash.
PC ROM to
Yeah.
play the PC version.
No, you're right about that one, and it drives me nuts that I can't
Yeah.
play it.
Good
Yeah.
pick.
You're up for 2. So what's your second one? I hope you don't take my second round because my second round is gonna go quick. And
This
also-
one's no good.
unless you say it, I don't think any of you, or unless someone says it before me, no one's gonna remember it.
This one's more personal to me, but everyone played it because GameCube rules.
Oh,
Super Smash Brothers
yeah.
Melee.
That's
Yeah.
like the original.
Yeah. That was the
Super-
one that got everyone into it. Started
Yeah.
making you know the
Well,
characters.
That was the one that when you're playing it compared to N64, it was fast.
Yeah.
And you could keep up because I remember playing within the past like 8 years back with the N64, and it's slow as hell.
It's hard as fuck too because it's an awkward controller and the
Right.
controls aren't laid out
And
great.
like for me, who loved using Luigi with his super uppercut,
Mm-hmm.
you can't line it up right. Like
Yeah.
instead of like going up and just like sneak attack, giving them an uppercut, you have to like go really slow and like line it up and wait, and it's just not easy. So Super Smash Bros. Melee for me,
It's a good one.
I was able to get. You guys were able. You know what I'm gonna be. You know what I'm talking about when I say it. But with Mewtwo, you have to play 100 hours,
Yeah, and then
and I
you
did
get
that multiple
one-
times.
You get one shot at beating him.
Yeah, and then if not, you don't know when he's coming back. It's
It's
just not.
It's 100 hours straight, right?
It's 100 hours altogether.
Okay.
So if 100 hours straight, huh? I used to keep my GameCube on
I
for
used
the
to
reason
leave mine on too.
because I didn't have because there'd be times I'd go to a friend's house and you would stay a couple days or whatever, and what I would do is I would leave it on
Just
You
get
come
your
back
ass
to
kicked.
it.
Well, not even that.
You just leave it so that you're playing,
Yeah.
and then when you come back, the
Right.
first one you do
Because-
That was the beauty of
sleep. consoles.
pre-sleep consoles that
Yeah.
do shit for you.
This one was on all. It's because when you go to your friend's house, you don't bring like the one thing that everyone did as a kid is when you're a kid and you go to your friend's house and you bring your system, you don't bring the memory card.
No, you play
Because
on
of
there.
bullshit.
You got to get their shit
You
up.
gotta
you
do
know?
it together.
Yeah.
So you don't bring your memory card. Your memory card fucking stays home. So I would keep it on overnight just
Yeah.
to keep it rolling,
Yeah.
and like they just be like one player's on, two players on, controllers are on. It's just sitting there.
Oh, you just keep okay. You
So-
just play
Sweet,
against
yeah.
computers.
You want to keep it going.
Okay.
But I got 100 hours,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I
same.
got Mewtwo, and it was a bitch.
Mewtwo's hard as fuck.
Mewtwo, like
Probably one of the most OP characters
Yeah.
in video games.
Really?
that's
Because
because,
that was before balancing.
but
shit.
but that also came right after the Pokemon movie.
That's
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Was that Pokemon 2000?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one where Ash turns to stone and all that shit.
Yeah. And
But this is
Pikachu
when,
cries.
yeah, dude, yeah, and like from Mewtwo, it's like, even in the movie, you don't know what he's about.
Yeah.
He's just kind of,
He's a mystery.
he's just like this big bad motherfucker. And in the game, Super Smash Bros. Melee,
He's a big
he's a
bad
big bad
motherfucker.
motherfucker, and you have to run away from him and just like hope to God that you hit him with something big.
Yeah.
So yeah, Super Smash Melee is for me. I played the ass out of that game.
All right. Those are two solid picks. I'm taking GoldenEye.
Fuck you. That was going to be mine.
Good
007?
007.
Yeah.
Yep. I just remember that game brings me back to my cousin. We didn't have a GameCube or any of that. Is it? Yeah.
No,
It was PlayStation
GoldenEye.
2.
No.
GoldenEye?
No,
No, that was on 64.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
was it?
We didn't have a GameCube or an N64 in my house, but we would go to my cousins and they had a GameCube or they had
On
a
64.
They had an N64.
Yeah.
And we would just play GoldenEye. Like every family party, it was just all the kids went
GoldenEye.
downstairs, play
Yep.
GoldenEye.
And-
That was it.
And you can attest, the best part about GoldenEye.
Screen peeking.
No, well, that's for everything. Best part about GoldenEye is the fucking cheats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't anything crazy unless you were like a dick about it.
Yeah.
But there was like paintball mode and
Yeah.
different color
Mhm.
mode and like invisible. Like
Yeah.
that game had everything.
Yeah. That was the first like shooter I remember where it was like it just had everyone waiting. That was the first game I ever played like with people where it's like I got next.
Yeah.
And the best part about that, it was like harmless. So there was
Yeah.
no parents that would be like, no, you can't play that. There's blood. That's just like,
It's literally just pew.
it's fucking Pierce. It's just beep, beep, and it
I'm
just
just
drops. You
so-
never see him again.
Salty that you said that.
I'm
'cause
sorry.
that was gonna
That's
be
a
my
good
second
game.
one.
Because that's one of those games that like you said, I never had. But it's like
played it
seven.
It's a
elsewhere.
classic.
So it brings me somewhere else.
It's like
'cause I
7
didn't-
degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Like, someone has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was the same with Halo for me. I never had a.
yeah,
I never had that
so
Xbox.
I
I never had an Xbox till like late 360. So it was like my neighbors. We would go and just play Halo.
I
after school.
had.
Everyone
I
had
was
it.
the friend
Except for
who
me.
had.
You had the Halo guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You would just do 4.
That was the same time when it was like, oh, okay. You had the GameCube. But GameCube's kind of running out of its steam. So you get the PlayStation 2, and you're like, oh, all right, I got PS2.
This
Like,
shit's
cool.
got a million games.
It's like, I'm gonna get the Slim. And you got the Slim, then all of a sudden it's like
360,
Xbox just came out.
PS3.
It has this really big ass system that's like can play DVD. That's what it was
Yeah.
too.
It
It could play DVDs.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was like, I think about GameCube could play DVDs, and I look at it, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't even fit like a video game in there. That makes me really
I don't know how much you guys played this, but I love this one. Did you ever play Perfect Dark?
No.
No.
Perfect Dark was a
Is that perfect? Is it no? Is that a rare game?
no. They remastered it. Is
Okay.
it Perfect Dark? Hold on.
I want to say that and the remasters were in Rare Replay when they came out and remastered all their
Oh,
games.
it might be in Rare Replay.
Yeah, and I think I saw a little bit of it. I have that on my system.
Yeah.
If you ever want to play it.
Perfect Dark is really fun.
Yeah, I have that. I have all those on my system. If you want to play.
So I like that one. That one was fun. It's the one gun. I forget what the name of it is, but you would zoom in and then you just look around the map. You shoot through every surface and you kill whoever else is on the map. It's like one shot, but
That's sick.
That's awesome.
I'm also gonna throw out a Gears of War.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'll go with Gears of War 3 because that was the last good one.
I have another
You
one.
can have
as
the
well.
franchise. I'll give you the franchise. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a massive franchise, but there's clearly a numero uno in this.
Okay.
And
It's
I'm
Riley's
going
turn. It's
first.
Riley's
Yeah,
turn.
Oh, sorry.
I'm up.
I
I'm
apologize.
gonna
I'm
take
not-
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
That's the
I
best
thought about
one.
taking
So-
that.
It's like
but
the
I
only
didn't.
one.
That was the one when I got an Xbox in like I think the end of the summer
Between 8th and
between World at War and Modern Warfare 2. So I didn't get World at War because I knew a new one was coming out, and I put I think 60 days played into Modern Warfare 2. And I just remember where I was. Like, I had a little desk set up in my room. I had like a 14-inch monitor that I played on. And like, I just remember every song I hear, like that came out in that year, like that I would just throw on. I put it on my Zune playlist.
Yep.
And I would just listen to shit on my Zune
I remember
while playing MW2. And
I would sit at the end of my bed because I shared a room with Mason, so I would sit on his bed.
Yep.
And we would take turns switching off, playing TDM and Search and Destroy.
Yeah, everyone had their maps. Like if you had a friend that you play with, I had a friend Nate, and we would play together most of the time. And it was like, all right, if it's Terminal or Wasteland, like I get it, and if it's this place,
Favela or
and then the rest of them, we just switch. Like everyone had a map, and it was like, and that was good. But yeah, you play All the Above by Mano. That takes me right to MW2.
You're up for your final two, Christian.
Yep, your last two picks.
Okay, so mine's coming out of a massive franchise, but
Mass Effect.
No, you should know me better than that. I'm going Pokemon Crystal.
That's just a Pokemon in general. Great.
We'll
way
give
to
you the
play.
franchise.
Yeah,
'cause
you
Oh,
just
I
have
don't-
Pokemon.
I don't need the franchise. I don't need the franchise.
Okay.
I want Pokemon Crystal.
Deal.
Pokemon Crystal was the best part. The best part about it, it was 2 games in one.
Mm-hmm. The original and
And then the next one, you started.
so there was, what is it, Johto
you
and
started,
Kanto?
Yep. You
Yep.
started in Johto, and
And
then
then
you
you
finish
went
it up.
back
You're
to
like, oh
Kanto.
man, I just finished. I wonder what's on this side. And then
It's literally the first game.
you go to Johto Falls, and that's literally the first game, except for the people on Route 1 or have like a level 48 Pidgey.
Yeah,
and you're
so
like,
it's
what the
literally just the next level bracket.
Exactly. It's a brand new game. I think that's the best game.
Yeah, I thought about picking Pokemon, but no, the other two. I have one that Riley, don't say it to spite me. You already know what the game is.
I haven't thought that deeply about it yet, but okay. Christian's still up for one more though.
Yeah.
My next one. I'm gonna pick a more recent one
Okay.
because I really enjoyed it, and I don't have the time to play it again at this point.
So it's nostalgic
Skyrim?
now.
No, I'm playing that right now. Actually,
Really?
Skyrim's good.
I just bought it for my Switch. Yeah, I
Sick.
play it so I can play it in bed.
Oh yeah, I just can't. How?
It's like a 5-6 year old game,
Yeah.
but they
good, though.
remastered it.
It's
pretty
good.
old.
It's I'm in the beginning.
Yeah.
Going.
Did you try to fight the giants yet?
No, I let someone else fight the giants. I'm currently going down to. I think I'm going to Bergen, and I have to tell this guy that there was dragons or something.
Get sent 8,000 feet in the
Did you
sky.
did you talk to one of the guards that used to be an adventurer until he took an arrow to the knee? Do you know that means he got married?
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I actually just
I
talked to him
used to be
yesterday.
an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee.
That's hilarious. I actually just talked to him last night.
Yeah.
I never put that together.
You literally go from it's
I always thought it
That's
was
the
an
same-
that's
actual
a
arrow.
joke from Morrowind.
Oh, okay.
That's the same guy. That's the same area where this girl's like, "Oh, you didn't help us out," and I was like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And I looked down. There's a dead giant. I was like, "Oh, I don't think you needed the help."
Clearly
It's
it
already
worked.
dead.
Yeah.
Whoops. This is a hard one for me, but Riley, we talked about this earlier. MLB
Oh.
The show.
05.
MLB,
MLB
baseball 2005.
2005.
Manny Ramirez looking down a nice juicy curveball down the middle, like
Manny
on their
Ramirez.
cover.
All his squares are red.
Yeah,
Always.
always. They're just bright red.
That was my first introduction into sports games. It was that and Madden 06.
Yeah, and then all the NCAA games that you would make your guy in NCAA and
Yeah.
then port him into Madden.
Yeah.
So you would have your rookie already made. He's won 4 Heismans.
That's fucking sick.
I tried to make it like realistic too. I was like, oh, I'll play defensive lineman. What's up, defensive lineman? It's
so
fucking
boring.
boring. It's so boring if you're not a quarterback, running back.
I used to,
Wide receiver, tight
in
end.
Madden, I used to turn offsides off. I would make a linebacker, and then I would turn offsides off. So I'd be in full sprint, but there's an invisible wall. So
then
it
you-
doesn't
as
let you
soon
pass
as
it.
the snap
So
count-
I'm full sprint. So as soon as they snap it, I'm already past the offensive lineman. I just get like 14 sacks a game with like
Oh,
8 forced
jeez.
fumbles.
Yeah. I mean, that was my introduction. That was my introduction into sports games was MLB,
That was a good one.
baseball
That is a good
05.
one.
All those old sports games were so much better than the new ones.
Where it's
NHL
adapted-
Hits.
dude. NHL,
Do you remember NHL Hits?
Yeah.
I also remember what was the MLB, one? Slugfest.
That was a little later.
Slugfest was fun.
Slugfest
I
was
remember
fun.
Slugfest.
And then it was NFL Blitz.
NFL.
That was the one where you like
Blitz
broke
the
bones
league.
and
Yep.
shit.
And
Yeah.
You just tear your ACL, but to make yourself come back in the game, you just inject yourself with steroids. To the
Actually,
knee.
baseball had one too. It might have been just.
That was
It might have been
Slugfest.
MLB
That's
Hits.
Slugfest.
No, that
No,
was,
Slugfest came later. That was with Prince Fielder and shit.
No,
MLB
it
had one.
wasn't-
It had
it wasn't
had
an
ra-
MLB
This was like
franchise
2001.
game.
This was
Yeah,
way
that's
earlier.
about
it
when
had
it came
A-Rod
out.
on the Rangers on the front with flames coming out of them. It was by the same people who made NHL Hits, so it might be just called an MLB Hits.
Probably.
But I remember it was the same, where it's like everything's on fire. Like
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it used to crack me up because you could do
that
home
was
run derby.
Yeah, they had like mini games.
Yeah, and the mini game home run derby was hilarious because there was clowns in the outfield.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
And then if you every
I'm
once
pretty
in a
sure that's Slugfest.
I think it's
Slugfest came
Slugfest.
later. I
I
think.
don't think
I just
so.
remember
'cause I used
the
to play in
clowns-
like 7th, 8th grade all the time.
well, if it's 7th grade for you, because it was
Okay,
That was,
it
like,
is
nah.
Slugfest
Yeah.
earlier on.
Yeah, because Slugfest was when I was in 7th, 8th grade.
That game was so fucking fun.
Okay,
I totally forgot about
I
that.
had the right vision. A-Rod with the flames, though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I just remember the clowns getting hit in the nuts. And I used to find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then I had Pujols. No, that's not Pujols. Is that Jim Edmonds? They put Jim Edmonds in 04.
It's probably roided out of his ass. At
Sammy
that point.
Sosa and MLB Slugfest loaded.
I remember loaded.
But yeah, then there was NHL
Oh,
Hits.
I forgot again.
NHL Hits.
NHL Hits was
We'll
good.
go. We do
Honorable mention.
Yeah, we do an
Yeah,
honorable
I just
mention at the
remembered
end.
a really good one.
I'm gonna take Super Mario 64. So
Good. Good choice.
I never actually played 64, but
on the DS.
play on the
when I got the
DS?
DS, I don't know if they call it. I think they just
It
called it
was-
World.
No, it
No, it
was
was 64.
Super Mario 64.
Did they
Yeah,
still
it's
call
on
it
the DS.
64?
It was
Okay.
64, but the only difference was you could be all the guys. You could
Yeah,
be,
once you beat it one time, you could be all the
you could
guys.
be-
Yeah.
And I never did. So that was the first. That was the last game. You know how when you're just an idiot child, don't know how to beat games.
You just run
That
around.
was the last
Yeah.
one before you figured it out.
It was the last game I ever played till I got the like awareness that I was able to beat games.
Yeah.
Like it was the last game I ever played where I didn't need to be like, "Hey brother, help me."
Yeah.
Like, so I just remember that and like I played it now and I'm like, "Oh man, I can beat this guy up this hill every time in this race."
Stupid asshole guy wanted to race. I can get around this chomp at
Yeah,
any fucking
exactly.
moment. If it's just timing it right, I can just
Yeah.
go around the bridge.
My last one. So I still play this game today. I was playing it yesterday.
Oh.
So this is probably one of the first games that I ever played. It's a computer game. Currently the account that I have has like over 120 days played. And
Jeez.
it's like a 4-year-old account. It's old school RuneScape.
I was gonna say, is it Neopets?
But no, that is my favorite game. Me and my older brother
you play
still
it
play it together.
constantly.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I make an admit something?
Yeah.
What?
I could never get out of the tutorial.
It's fine. I mean, it's not for everybody.
I
dude.
couldn't catch the fish.
Dude, right now. I'm playing an account that can't.
Do you want to go
trade.
5 rounds? I think this is a good one.
I'll go 5 rounds.
All right,
Yeah.
Hunter, you're up for your final.
Fuck, I had one.
I'll go if you want to come
no,
back to you.
No, hold on.
Hunter's like, hell no. World of Warcraft.
No.
What's that robot game? Portal 2.
Hold on.
Gears of
Fucking
War.
had it.
He already picked Gears of War.
That's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Not RuneScape. What the fuck was it?
Is it Age
Habbo
of,
Hotel.
No.
is it
I
Age of
played the
Empires?
fuck out of Habbo
Um,
Hotel.
What's the one that used to Ancient Age of something?
Oh, yeah.
Like-
Tekken.
Tekken was good.
Tekken was good. Tekken Tag was the
Tony
shit.
Hawk Pro Skater 2.
That's why I wanted to go 5
Oh,
rounds.
see, if
Now I don't want to go 5 rounds anymore.
Too
I
bad.
was gonna
I have a-
I was gonna take the whole Tony Hawk's
So,
franchise, but
you see, I couldn't think of it. I couldn't remember which one it was. I was thinking of the gold front disc.
is that Underground?
No, Underground.
Underground was black. Underground 2 was orange.
Underground 2. was
American
my
Wasteland's a good one too.
American Wasteland's.
Shit. Oh, that was after. That's after I
Yeah.
stopped playing those games.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
was
Thug
one
2
of the later ones.
yeah.
Thug 2 was probably the
Oh
one
no,
played
I
the
remember
shit
the
ton
other
of.
one. I was stuck between two. Fuck you. I was thinking of Saints Row too.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
So I'm gonna take Saints Row, the
Yeah.
franchise, because that was my favorite. That's my favorite game franchise.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hunter. But yeah, I played the shit out of all of those. I put more hours than I know what I don't know what he was even doing in them. But in 2, 3, and 4, I went back and beat 1.
I didn't
after.
like 4.
I thought
like-
4 was fun. It definitely stepped away from the franchise.
I actually
Yeah.
never played Saints Row.
Saints Row's
They're
really
wicked fun.
fun.
The first 2 are like GTA, and the
Saints Row the third is not.
the next 2 are very. They started getting into like. They wanted to step away from GTA because that was when 5 came out and they were just ruling the world. So
5
they made,
still rules the world.
yeah, and they made theirs more like fun. Like they gave like superpowers and shit, but like
yeah.
Fucking dildo swords.
yeah, dildo
tentacle
swords and stuff. But yeah,
I'd try
I
it.
tried to play that game with Riley, and he would just fucking tackle me the entire time.
I
we
would
did
love to
one
try it.
level together, and I just ran through it because I was unstoppable because I had every bonus
Yeah,
like
because
perk
I
on.
just started the game. He's like, "Yeah, we'll play together," and then he like fucking would hit me, and then he would run to the objective, and we would finish it. Like, dude, this is not fun. He's like, "It's fun for me."
I had this thing that was like times 50 power on like the top weapon. It was like just a giant like fist. And I would just punch him, and he would just fly across the map for like 2 minutes, like in the air for like 2 minutes.
Like I
So
would
ridiculous.
be fucking skydiving down, and it'd be like reputation increased. I'm like, are you fucking serious, dude?
Mission complete.
Mission complete.
I guess if you're gonna take Saints Row, I'll throw GTA in there.
Yeah.
Just for purposes.
I'm
Absolutely.
surprised you didn't pick WoW.
I didn't want to pick WoW because that's still going.
So
I know a lot of these games are still going, but like, well, WoW brought me back, and then I would step out. I never got super into it. I would play months at a time. I know all my shit about it, but
We're also at the unfortunate time where it's that time.
franchises are dying.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not that franchises are dying; it's franchises are going to the next system.
Yeah.
And now I gotta shell out fucking $400 on the fucking PS5 like an asshole.
Yeah.
An Xbox.
Just gonna wait.
Was it Scarlet, the next one? It's
I
the
don't know.
Scarlet.
It's not even a name. It's like.
They moved
Code
off of
Scarlet.
numbers to colors.
Yeah.
Well, it's because 360. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but someone didn't explain it to me.
360 and 1 are
360s.
both 1.
Well, isn't 360 a circle?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would be 0. So
Nope, that's 1. One circle equals 1 because it's 1 revolution.
then I don't fucking care.
All right. Breaking news: both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are going to the Knicks. Nets. The Nets.
Other breaking news: Sergei Bobrovsky and Artemi Panarin are both going to the Islanders.
Ooh. Okay.
Any other sports news?
Yeah.
I can't stand Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, but we got Kemba Walker. So
Yeah, Kemba's a fucking boss. Kemba Walker's going to be really nice here. He may not be as good as Kyrie Irving, but he's not going to be a D-bag.
final.
If you like basketball, then you should check out the official clothing brand. I know it's not specifically basketball, but it is rooted in hip hop, based out of Tucson, Arizona, and headed by the Homie Casual.
The Homie
It-
Casual also fellow big man, so he can make that clothes that
He-
good.
The company offers comfortability and affordability.
Send me a link, brother.
Hell yeah. They have they got shirts, they got 6 shirts, accessories, and he's a good dude. You should
Alright.
check out his line. He's got some
Oh, yeah.
really,
Send me
really
a link.
fresh stuff.
I'll check that shit out tonight.
Yeah, it's cool. They do remakes, so they have like the Vans one they've like remade, like the Oakland Raiders.
Nice.
Yeah.
They have their logo in itself is cool. I'll show you some. I have a couple shirts.
Yeah.
But yeah, Naughty by Nature. I don't know what that is. They
I
always
don't
talk
either.
about
I
it.
think
Naughty
that's
by-
probably
Naughty
a
by
West,
Nature
West
is
Coast thing, maybe.
No, it's a musical act back in the 90s.
Okay.
No.
They have remakes of that.
But yeah.
Yeah, if you go
Yeah,
to official.com, that's
Use-
OHFISHL.com.
Use promo
Oh.
code Plunge.
Yeah, get 25% off.
It's cool with me. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And before we close it out, shout out to the Inner Circle
Shout out to the Inner Circle.
shows, including Shit Happens When You Party Naked,
HT Nas,
Sam PC,
the Hood Diner podcast.
and Any Pod Will Do. Thank you for joining us, Christian. Do you want to plug your shit one more time before we have closing time?
I would love to. I really do appreciate you guys having me on. This has been a barrel of fun. Goodt Brothers Podcast, GOODT Brothers Podcast. 99% wrestling, 1% sports, depending on what's going on.
Where can they find you?
You can find us on Podbean, the bean itself.
Do you have any socials like Instagram, Twitter?
At this moment, we're still working on it.
MySpace, maybe.
Probably MySpace.
We're working on MySpace.
Yeah,
too.
we're famous on MySpace. We're like
Are
Dane
we?
Cook. Yeah.
Oh, lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
I go on MySpace, see all my old friends that I had when I was 12.
Where are you at on Twitter? At Cash Any
At
Patriots?
Cash Any Patriots. That would be me, and then A Quirko for my producer Alex. But yeah, check us out, Goodt Brothers. You know, if you like wrestling news, and if you're trying to catch up, give us a ring. We'll talk about whatever. If you have any ideas, let us know. But every week, Tuesday we speak about news, and Thursday we speak about what's going on and what happened in the shows that week. So a couple recaps, and if there's one pay-per-view, I'll recap that as well.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
While you're at
Look
it,
up for us.
check us out on social medias too. You can find us on almost every podcast platform.
Especially Podcoin.
Especially Podcoin.
We live in that bonus land.
Follow our
Twitter. At Plunge Podcast.
Follow us on Instagram.
At The Plunge Podcast.
That's THE
Plunge Podcast.
And
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We will see you all next week. Christian, thank you again.
Appreciate it. Goodt Brothers love you all, and I love you both.
Yeah.
I'm
And,
gonna fuck both of your butts.
Tell me what do you see when you're looking at me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm missing the beat, what I'm destined to be. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been through the pain and the sorrow, the struggle is nothing but love. Nothing but love. A soldier, a rider, a ghetto survivor, and all the above. All the above. All the above. See me living my dreams. I done been to the bottom, I done suffered a lot. I deserve to be rich, headed straight to the top. Look how I ride for the block, look how I rap for the hood. I get nothing but love now when I come through the hood. Getting this fortune and fame, money make all of us change. The new Benz is all white, call it John McCain. How the hell could you stop me? Why in the world would you try? I go hard forever, that's just how I'm designed. That's just how I was built. See the look in my eyes, you take all of this from me, and I'm still gonna survive. You get truth from me,